Krystle. I've loved dolls my whole life. I collect everything from porcelain to cloth, American Girl, neonates, and real care dolls. But my favorite is to collect and make Reborn dolls. There's Chloe, Grace, Jeremy, Maya, Yuki, Savannah, Zoey, Haley, Landon, Maisie, and Joshua. It isn't easy keeping up with my collection, but it sure is a lot of fun. Hi guys, I'm here to change little Miss Zoey out of her Christmas pajamas, and I'm gonna put her in this llama sleeper I got her a while back, and it even has little llamas on the feet. Alex just texted me and he's like, he goes, thought you'd like to know American Horror Story has been renewed for an 11th, 12th, and 13th season. He always keeps me up to date on my TV shows that I watch. Anyways, speaking of TV shows, that's a perfect lead-in for today's video. So as I change Zoey here, I'm going to actually discuss a new TV show I've been watching. The season's almost done. There's only 2 episodes left, and I'm enjoying it. And it is called Servant. I don't know how many of you have heard of it, but I first learned about it from Laura Tuzio Ross on her Facebook page because a silicone baby that she made was in the show, or is in the show. So it's called Servant. It's kind of like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's got to be one of the most bizarre shows that I have ever watched, but it's so intriguing. It's eerie, it's creepy, but there's also like humor in there. There's some comedy that's like kind of maybe dark comedy. Excuse me. And it's got like mystery in there where every week you're trying to figure out the clues and excuse me, what all of the clues mean. It's a really intriguing show, guys, and I have to say I am loving it. It has been a crazy journey. I've discovered a discussion forum about the show on Reddit that I love reading everyone's theories on there of what they feel is happening with the show or what's going to happen. I mean, it has got me. My mom is enjoying it as well. My mom is watching it. I believe my cousin is also watching it. It is crazy. So the premise, at least in the first episode, and I don't want to give away a lot of, like, I don't want to spoil anything, but basically the general premise is there's this wealthy couple and their baby died at, I think it was like, I forget how old the baby was. The baby wasn't very old at all. I think only a few weeks old or something. And the baby died. And so to help the mom cope, they got her a silicone doll. And the silicone, of course, is made by Laura Tuzio Ross. It's a beautiful baby. But the mom has become completely disillusioned, thinks the doll is real, and has sort of like gone off the deep end, I guess. Now, at first I was hesitant to watch the show because I knew that they were having it be that this mother believed that the doll was her real live baby, and I was like, oh gosh, they're going for this angle again where they're going to be showing that like Reborn collectors are nuts, that they think the dolls are real and blah blah blah, which is like literally not the case. Like, we are well aware our dolls our dolls. At least I hope so. I know my dolls are not real, which is why I can leave them sitting in a chair for days on end in the same outfit for like a month. Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure there are like exceptions where people are believing it's real, I guess, but, or taking things too far, I guess. But I digress. Anyways, that's the premise. And so the mom wants to go back to work, and so they decide to hire a nanny for the baby doll. A nanny for the doll. The nanny is an 18-year-old girl. She shows up, and she's completely unfazed by the fact that it's a doll. She continues to treat this doll just like a real baby, goes along with everything with the mom. It's really kind of, and the father is kind of like, what the heck? The father thinks his wife is completely nuts, and he basically, when she is not around, he mishandles the doll. Like, he'll drop the doll on the floor, or when he like picks it up out of the crib, he picks it up by the leg and its head like smashes on the crib rail, which I found really cringy, not just for the fact that the doll looked real, but the fact that it's artwork. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, Laura Tuzio Ross like worked so hard on this beautiful silicone, and silicone is somewhat delicate. And I'm thinking, like, what condition was this doll after they filmed this? Because they're dropping it, they're carrying it by an arm or a leg, when the wife's not around, because they're just like, they're not going to carry on the charade that the baby's real when the wife's not around. So then I don't know if I want to give away, because there's already like a twist right at the very end of that first episode. But basically the doll disappears after the first episode. That's all I'm going to say. And then it continues on with other things, other themes. A lot of creepy things start happening ever since the nanny has come into the house. Not just creepy things, but also just like weird things, like weird, unexplainable things that almost seem a little supernatural. And it's just continued on like that every week, and you're kind of trying to guess what's going on. How did this doll disappear? And now, okay, I don't know. I don't want to spoil it if you guys want to watch it. It's on Apple TV. However, if you are familiar with like finding shows to download, like with torrents and stuff, you can find it that way. That's how I've done it, because we don't have Apple TV. I'm not really supposed to talk about stuff like that, but you can find it to download. Or there's also like, sometimes you can find websites that will stream like television shows for free. So if you don't have Apple TV, you might be able to find it on one of those kind of things. Like, I think there's one called like Prime Wire or something like that that my mom uses. So yeah, you kind of have to do some digging around, but you should be able to find the episodes. Otherwise, it's on Apple TV. But yeah, it's a whirlwind of a show, and it's just a show that keeps you guessing every week. And every week there's like little hints and little clues, and you're kind of like, is this just a red herring that's not gonna amount to anything, or is this a piece of the puzzle? And every week you're trying to figure it out. And so anyways, this week is supposed to be a big episode where we are going to start to get some answers, thankfully. But the show has been renewed for a second season. The doll did return in last week's episode, the silicone doll. And again, majorly manhandled by the men, the male actors in the show, and I was just cringing. I was like, oh my gosh. So apparently Laura Tuzio Ross said that her doll, she did get the doll back, and it was a mess. She said it was dirty. She had to clean it. Its hair was a disaster. She had to fix it. I don't recall her saying anything about finding any tears or anything in the silicone, which is really shocking, because when they're like banging its head off of stuff, and at one point like the uncle like threw it across the room, I was like, oh my gosh. But anyway, all that to say, I highly recommend this show. Whether you are into Reborn dolls or not, this show is insane. I think the best thing I can compare it to is if you liked the show Lost, you're probably going to like this show. Although it's quite different from Lost as well. But it's one of those shows where, you know, you keep trying to figure things out. I love it. I absolutely love it. So go check it out if you can. It's called Servant. There's 2 episodes left to the season, but I'm sure you can find the other episodes to watch. As well as, I guess if you have Apple TV, they probably have all the previous episodes there to watch as well. So anyways, guys, here's little Miss Zozo. And she's in her cute, oh my gosh, this sleeper is adorable on her. With the llamas. Kick those feet. Kick those feet. She is so stinking cute. I love this baby so much. Oh my god. And she is a great little one to cuddle because she's so tiny. She just like, look at this. Like I put my hand here. Look at, like this is how small she is, guys. Like she can fit in like one hand or 2 hands together. Like, oh, I love this baby so much. She's so sweet. And for those who don't know, she is the Pixie sculpt by Bonnie Brown. And her Reborn artist is Kate Charles, who hasn't been reborning in a while, sadly. But I did see her post on her Instagram that she's hoping to get back into reborning this year. So that would be great because she specializes in ethnic reborns, and she does a phenomenal job on doing ethnic reborns. As you can see, you have Zoey, and then in my previous video I changed Maya, who is also reborn by Kate Charles, and gosh, guys, like her work is amazing and her work holds up. Like my babies, their paint has not faded. They have not gone shiny at all. Now, mind you, I don't handle them as much as some of my other dolls. Just because of how special they are. I just try to keep them in pristine condition. But, like, the texture that she put on them, you can feel the texture, but it's not rough. It's a nice, real skin texture. But it keeps the shine away. Like, she has a little bit of sheen in these areas, which you generally have anyway. But yeah, like her lip color has stayed. Everything, nothing has faded. Her eyebrows, Kate Charles paints eyebrows so realistically. It's a little dark. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it, but I tried to zoom in so you can see how realistic her eyebrows are. Like, the way that Kate paints eyebrows is astounding. Like, I don't know how she does it, but I love her work. So anyways, guys, there's Miss Zoey. I hope you enjoyed seeing her and hearing about this show. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust the camera there. Hearing about the show Servant, definitely check it out. And it's not, like, it can get creepy, but it's not, like, scary like a thriller. It's just, it's almost, like, mysterious and psychological. And I love it. So, thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye!